How's it? Indian Cowboy, DocSports.com. Coming at you here on Saturday, December the 21st. I think you'll probably get this video around 5:20 Eastern, but all of these games go on at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and 10 o'clock, all late night ball games. Hello, I am the Indian Cowboy, and this is Doc Sports. Indian Cowboy has been around for 19 years. The algorithm of Indian Cowboy. Doc Sports has been around for 53 years, been around a long time. How this worked. By the way, nice free pick winner on Longwood yesterday, and I think our video went 9-3 yesterday. And our best selections over at DocSports.com under Arun Shiva. We have a popular YouTube. Our next best selections are our popular YouTube Premium Teaching channel for $20 a month. We come at you every single day. We do a live show. We give it to you the night before usually, but I did it earlier this morning and or this afternoon, and gave you 8 selections there. You get 240 games all for just $20 a month. It's a recorded podcast. You can re-listen to any time. You get a written summary at the end. You get my favorite selection of that particular video. You get a 12-hour head start before anybody else, and the link to YouTube Premium is in the comment section, as well as how to get to free $60 of the premium selections are also there. If you want even more content, be sure to check my Twitter. It has our latest updates and our hot takes on sports and as well. And our latest videos and updates are posted there as well. All right, and what else do I need to tell you here? Well, we have a 7-unit college football selection tonight, a bowl game. That selection goes off at 8 o'clock tonight between Tennessee and Ohio State. Hopefully we'll win that one. We are off to a great 1-0 start for this week in football. I have 5 premium selections every week in football, and we won with Penn State as they routed SMU. We knew Penn State would be too much for SMU, and that certainly was the case. And so hopefully we'll go 5-0 this week, or 4-1 or 5-0 this week in football. We do have 3 NFL selections, so one more football selection going on tonight at 8 o'clock, and I can't wait for you to join us, as I think we're going to do really well. Looking forward to the 4-unit NBA selection, the 4-unit college basketball selection today. We won our last 4-unit NBA, 4-unit college ball, our 4-unit hockey selection today as well. We are on a 7-3 run on the ice. We are 17-7 in soccer for plus 3,400, 6-1 run. Daily props, we have a 4-unit prop in the NBA today, 19 on the season for plus 4,200, 3-0 MMA sweep. So I hope you join us for the season package or for the monthly package for MMA, daily prop, soccer, NHL, NBA, college basketball, and football. All right, let's get to it here. And your free selection today is going to be on, there's a lot of games to choose from, and I think this video has 20 free selections. I think I tossed in a couple of props in there too, so you're going to love this video. As love doing this video for you every single day. And if you love it, please take a moment and subscribe and join our premium package as well, especially join YouTube Premium, because the value on there is insane. And if I don't do a live show every day, and if I happen to miss one, I try to do it between 9 p.m. and midnight. And if I miss it, I try to come at you the next day by 12 afternoon. And if I don't, I give you a free premium selection. And considering that it's $20 a month and one premium selection is $30 that would be an incredible deal. All right, your free selection today is going to be on California in college basketball. Look, I think California plus the 4.5. I saw them at plus 5, and I couldn't get the video to you early enough. But I think plus 4.5 is good against San Diego State, and I know San Diego State's good. And I know that San Diego State is ranked, whatever they're ranked. I think they're ranked 22nd or something like that in the country. But I still like California here, man. San Diego State's 23rd in the country, and Mark Madson's team, I think, is a good team. San Diego State won in overtime last time when they played Cal, and I think Cal has gotten better. Cal has revenge. Cal lost by just 8 to Stanford, who's good this year because that's coached by Jared Haas, the former Washington State coach. And this team, they lost to Missouri by 5, and they beat USC on the road. They can hang tough. They have revenge. San Diego State did beat Houston, I get that, but nearly lost to Cal Baptist. I think Cal has had some quality wins this year, good public fade, revenge, and a top 20 in offensive rebounding. And I think California plus the 4.5 makes sense to me. I could have gone with a lot of selections today as the free selection. To be quite honest with you, I could have also gone with the Detroit Pistons. Maybe I should take a closer look at that game. I really like that game now. In fact, the problem with that game is that Phoenix comes off of a loss. You know what? I'm going to switch it up here. I'm going to make these are the 2 that I like the most for your free selection. But I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to go with the Pistons plus the 6. And I'll tell you why. Because the Pistons are down 19-48 at the end of the first quarter against the Phoenix Suns, and I think that's going to really make them mad and motivate them. I think the Pistons, who have lost to this team the last 7 times, get up here. Detroit lost to Utah by 7 points, and they were 4.5 point favorites in that game too. It was an ugly loss. They're going to be pissed today. Phoenix come off a loss to Indiana by 9. They had won back-to-back games before that, but it does make sense for Detroit to bounce back here. This team was down 19-48 at the end of the first quarter. I know the Suns are off of a loss too, but I like the Detroit Pistons plus the 6 here. So I'm making Cal now a lean. All right, let's finish college basketball quickly. Ohio State, Kentucky, I like the under there. Ohio State beat this team back in 2019. No recent history. Ohio State lost to Auburn by 30 plus, lost to Maryland by 20 plus. Kentucky just beat Gonzaga as well. 75% is on Kentucky. Only way Ohio State hangs tough, in my opinion, is to play great defense, and I like the under today. Kennesaw State, San Jose State in college basketball. I like the over there. This can go either way, but note that Kennesaw State put up 74 points on Santa Clara, beat Georgia State, and put up 81 points on them. They beat top 80 Rutgers at home as well. San Jose State is outside the top 250 in defense, and I can see a high-paced offensive game here like the over. Portland State versus Cal State Bakersfield. The Portland State game against Cal State. One second here. The Portland State, Cal State Bakersfield game. I like Portland State. Tough team here, but I think that the points are a premium here. You have a Portland State team that lost to Washington State by just 8 points the day before, Wofford by 5 points, and a top 60 rebounding team. So I like Portland State to hang tough here and do well. Cal Poly versus Nebraska Omaha today. For this game, I like Cal Poly slow here. Cal Poly won by 13 points last year. It was a blowout. Mike DeGeorge's team, I think, is playing better and better. They beat Stanford on the road by 7. Cal Poly is a really underrated team. They are top 30 in two-point field goals, top 50 in effective field goal percentage. Nebraska Omaha has a terrible offense, and I can see Cal Poly slow getting it done here. And I think even though the line is going backwards, which kind of makes me worried, but I still like Cal Poly here today. All right, your next game today is going to be on Utah Valley versus Weber State. And I like Utah Valley. Utah Valley won by 16 points last time. Weber State has the revenge. Utah Valley, though, beat Murray State. They lost to Stanford by just 14. I know Weber State is 6-6, but Weber State has Oregon on deck, and Utah Valley has some high-quality wins such as UTEP and Murray State. Give me Utah Valley. Next game, Bucknell versus Bucknell as they hook up against Gonzaga here. I like Bucknell here. I mean, Bucknell lost to Kentucky by 28, lost to Maryland by 24. They've lost 5 in a row. Gonzaga just beat Nichols by 30. They are bored, I think. UCLA is on deck. I can see Bucknell getting inside the number here and a top 160 defense, and I like Bucknell to hang tough here today. All right, UC San Diego versus San Diego. I like UC San Diego to do well here. They won by 6 points last year, and Eric Olin's team is 10-2. This team barely lost to San Diego State. They beat Utah State on the road. This team is good. San Diego State has lost 4 in a row. UC San Diego is the better team. Even though that San Diego has revenge, it makes sense here to back UC San Diego, who is a top 40 turnover team and top 85 in offense and defense. Give me UC San Diego. Oregon and Stanford, as they hook up in college basketball today, I like Stanford. Oregon won by 13 points last year and 5 the year before. Oregon beat Alabama and A&M and Texas A&M this year too. They are a top 10 team this year. Kyle Smith is a great coach that came over from Washington State. Now is at rival Stanford. Dangerous game for Oregon. I think Stanford hangs tough here and stays inside the number. Stanford is a top 25 team in turnover and in top 60 in offense as well. Give me Stanford in this game. All right, moving on here to the NBA between Utah and Brooklyn. I like Utah here. Brooklyn won 149 and 114 last year. Big revenge game. Utah beat Detroit last game. They played great, honestly, and Brooklyn did beat Toronto, but fantastic public fade. Utah was up 48-19 against Detroit in the first quarter. Nuts. I think Utah continues to play strong of late. They're healthy now, and I'm going to take Utah plus the 2.5 here. As far as Memphis versus Atlanta today in the NBA, I like Atlanta today. My Hawks. Atlanta actually won the last meeting, but Memphis just won 144-93 against Golden State. Huge letdown spot for them. Atlanta's off back-to-back losses. They're going to be ticked off, losing 126-133 to the Spurs, and they lost to the Bucks as well. But that's only because they'd beaten the Bucks the game before, and the Bucks had revenge. I think the Hawks played great today and bounced back and avoid losing 3 in a row. And I also think the Grizzlies total goes under because I think the Hawks bounce back in defense after back-to-back bad games. So I also like the Atlanta Hawks. I like the Atlanta Hawks here, and I also like the Memphis Grizzlies team total to go under today as well in this game. As far as New York versus the Pelicans, I like the Pelicans here. Can't you see the Knicks having a huge letdown here? The Knicks just beat them 118-85 last game about 20 days ago. New York just beat Orlando and Minnesota. They had beaten Minnesota 133-107 last game. New Orleans lost just by 20 points to Houston last game. They nearly beat the Kings. Spurs did beat the Suns prior to that. I think the Pelicans hang tough here, to be honest with you, and I think it's a great public fit. I think New York has a letdown, and I think Pelicans, they've shown moments where they play great at home, including the Suns game, and I think they hang tough here. So I'm going to take the Pelicans plus the points here. I think it's +8 or +9 or something like that. As far as Golden State versus Minnesota today, man, I really like the under in this game. Did you know that Golden State had given up 280 points in the last two games between Memphis and Dallas? Between the Memphis and Dallas game, just nuts. Curry had 2 points in his last game, and Draymond had 0. Minnesota lost 107 to 33, 133 in their last game. 133 is the most points given up by Minnesota in a long time. Golden State had won 114 to 106 just 13 days ago. So it makes, number one, it makes sense for an under here. Number two, you can try to take it over here on Steph Curry in points or Draymond Green in points if you would like to do so. Philadelphia and Cleveland in the NBA today. For Philadelphia and Cleveland in the NBA today, I like... this is a tough game, but I'm going to take Cleveland here. Actually, I'm going to take the over in this game. So I lean on the over in this game. Why not? Cleveland's blowing out everybody anyway. Philly has won 4 of 5 coming in. Embiid is out again. I think Cleveland at this point is just a covering machine. Even with Embiid out, I think the Sixers show up here in some ways, and I think they're going to be a pretty decent offensive effort. The guards play really well usually when Embiid is out, including Maxey and others. And Cleveland comes off a big win over the Bucks, and they continue to play great offense. I wouldn't be surprised if Philadelphia is an active dog and pushes this game over the posted total. As far as Washington and Milwaukee is concerned in the NBA, I like Washington here. Still no Damian Lillard, but the Bucks won by 10 points last game. Washington is 4 of 1 of late, beating Charlotte, covering nicely against Boston. Cleveland, this is the Washington team that recently beat Denver as well. They're playing better. Washington has Brogdon back, and he's playing well with 20-plus points in his last game. I wouldn't be surprised at all to see Washington cover here again. And Milwaukee, after the NBA Cup, I think they're going to be a little hungover after the NBA Cup. As far as Portland and San Antonio today in the NBA, I like the Blazers here. I've always thought the Blazers play well as a decent dog at times on the road. Lost by just 2 points 8 days ago to the San Antonio team. Have immediate revenge. They beat Denver recently as well. Lost to Phoenix by just 7 points. San Antonio beat the Hawks. I give them credit for that, but it does make sense for the Blazers to get some revenge and to hang tough against the San Antonio Spurs. I like them plus the points. I think they were +7 or 8 last time I saw them. And finally, the Clippers versus Dallas in this game. I'm going to lean on the over, and I'm going to lean on Dallas here. I know it's tough to back the Clippers here, so I'm going to indirectly back the over and back Dallas because the Clippers just throttled this team pretty badly in their last game. They beat them by 23. Dallas has immediate revenge, and last game went under 217, so I think this game goes over. Dallas has not lost back-to-back games in ages, so why is the line only 3.5? There was no Kyrie or Doncic last game, but Kyrie is supposed to be back this game. My first lean on this game is the over, and then I have a second lean on Dallas. That is my video today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please take a moment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the live show tonight, somewhere between 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. Eastern, of course, as you get a head start for everybody else. This was 20 free selections for you. Jump on our 7-unit college football selection at 7 o'clock today. It's going to be awesome. We're already 1-0 in football. Join us for our premium packages for NBA, college basketball, NHL, soccer, MMA, and all the good stuff. All right, I'll see you back here tomorrow. Please take a moment to like and subscribe. Indian Cowboy working hard for you every single day.